the mechanics, I think that's a good way to think about it. It's just the kind of like lower level verbs, you know, shoot, drive, stuff like that. One of the things that I really try to focus on, of course, is verbs as a way to understand mechanics. My wife and I do this workshop where we call it the world building workshop, and the only way we approach the idea of mechanics, we don't even say the word mechanics, we just say verbs. So one of the things we do is we try to show that you can make a dramatic set of mechanics out of any kind of story, no matter how much you think the story isn't conducive to a video game or to a game in general. So what we do is we write down all these movies that people have seen recently. We just say like, oh, what movie have you seen recently? And then people are like, oh, I saw, you know, Imitation Game or whatever. And then we write them up on the wall, and then we say, okay, well now we're gonna go through these movies and we're gonna write down all the verbs you can think of to describe what's happening in the story, but the only rule is you can only say verbs. And then we go through the verbs, and then we tell them, you have to choose 4 that you feel embody the dramatic center of the story. So if you're doing, I don't know, I mean, if you're doing something like Brokeback Mountain, you can't just do cattle rustling, because then it's the cattle rustling game. That's not just what Brokeback Mountain's about. So it has to be about, like, you know, longing or sneaking, right? I mean, the game of Brokeback Mountain is basically a stealth dating game with some cattle rustling in the middle of it. So, but you know, and we've done this workshop many, many times, and I think that we do, yes, think about mechanics as the verbs, but for us, it's about what mechanics do you choose? What mechanics do you choose to combine? So shoot and jump is one game. Shoot and apologize is a really different game. And one of those games is actually dramatically engaged with what shooting means. And the other game is, you know, some kind of a Rambo game.